Really know I'm live until I see people come into the chat, so we'll just wait and see. Hopefully we'll get some of y'all coming in the chat. Doodle Dad, what's up? Welcome one and welcome all. Toothless, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the pre-party. This is the time we go live right before. Oh, really? Oh. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. My name is Jay Cal. Hey, Shadow Storm. What's going on? I'm not Kevin. I'm Jay. Don't call me Kevin. You won't like it when people call me Kevin. I'm not Kevin. I'm Jay. DKM, what's going on? Chris Dogs in the chat. What's up, everybody? My name is Jay Cal. You are tuned in to the motherfucking greatest. I don't know. That's not true. I just say things sometimes. Lenzio, I heard that too, and I'm not sure if it's true or not. I'm not going to believe anything until I actually see it, either from Chris Jericho's mouth or from the WWE's mouth. If Chris Jericho's coming back, we'll wait and see. But I'm not going to hold my breath until he shows up. That's just the way. I don't know. I don't ever want to pull the cart before the horse. Stardust, hey, good to see you, Stardust. Shadowstorm made the list. We have to be consistent with the list. I have to be consistent with the list. Stardust, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Chris, you're going to go to Charlotte? That's awesome. Starcade this weekend. That should be fun. Stardust, that's how I feel too. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm breathing. I've got oxygen in my lungs and blood pumping through my heart, so I'm here. Hey, Joseph, what's going on? Yeah, Lenzio, a Rumble surprise would make a lot of sense. If I'm going to bring in Jericho, that's how I'm going to bring him in, as a Rumble surprise. Jay the Prodigy just made the list. Jay the Prodigy. My own namesake has turned on me. Why have thou forsaken me? Jay the Prodigy. Just made the list. I heard that they're going to have Jay versus Gunther for the final for the last time is now tournament. I hate that. I hate Gunther and, excuse me, let me say that a different way. I don't hate Gunther. I actually really like Gunther, and I really like Jey Uso, but I feel like the Time Is Now tournament should have featured a up-and-coming WWE superstar. That's what I would prefer to have, an up-and-coming superstar. Now, I know they brought in a couple of guys from NXT, but like I would have loved to see somebody like Obafemi show up and just rock somebody's world. That would have been like awesome. Jay the Prodigy, I get that a lot. Joseph, if your ex cheated on you, you should probably leave them in the past. If you don't have kids and you're not married, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. Oba versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, that, look, just to introduce Obafemi into the WWE, to the main roster anyways, by having him be the last person to beat John Cena, I think would be the guy. Then Joseph, I wouldn't recommend it. What's the point? If they cheated on you once, they can cheat on you again. I don't know. I have some strict boundaries with that. If you don't have kids, let it go. I believe thy loser box, they did butcher John Cena's retirement tour. It's been pretty disappointing for me. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we got some cool stuff, but I just don't see it happening. Why is my hand called fist when I close it and not hand anymore? That's a great question. That would keep me up at night if I cared that much. Joseph, that's your call, bro. You make that decision. I got so sad that Penta got injured. I would have liked to see Penta versus Gunther. Yeah, I think the thing about Penta is, and we don't know how serious this injury is, but they had some big plans with him and Phoenix Star to reunite the Lucha Bros. So we'll see what's going to happen. Jess, that's called Cujo. Chris says, I'm loving the rage going on about the title. I know you do, Chris. I know you like to stir the pot. Zach says, what's going on with the NWA tonight? Anything worth watching? Zach, there's 3 NWA title matches tonight. The television title's on the line, the tag titles are on the line, and the junior heavyweight title's on the line. So I would say, yeah, definitely worth watching Power tonight. Well, Joseph, everyone should love themselves. That's the thing. If someone look, I'm not the best person to get relationship advice from, so take this all with a grain of salt. But if someone's crossed you, if someone's betrayed you, and there's not an amazing reason for it, why waste your time? Why waste your time? If you don't have ties to them, you're not married, you don't have kids, what's the point? You accept disrespect once and you accept it forever. I would have loved Joe Henry in the tournament. Lindsay, I thought Joe Henry was going to be the guy to have the last match with Cena. I really thought it was. I think Joe Henry would have made the most sense. He's the one that's been advocating for it. He's been calling it out. Cool, YouTube moderator number 1. Go ahead and ban me. I dare you. I dare you to ban me. Do it. Do it now, punk. Yeah, I don't know. Spider Carnage, that is cool, man. I feel like, the WWE is pricing itself. It's making it very hard to consistently watch, live events. It's getting too pricey. I can't afford to go to a live event, but if you can afford to get to one, you should. It's always a good time. Joseph, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think you should go talk to some friends in real life who know you better and know what your problems are. I don't think I'm going to give you the best advice here. Anyways, well, hey, Samoan Pride, welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking out. I have wrestling friend. Okay, Joseph. So let's see. Hey, Lindsay, what's going on? Thanks for checking it out. My name's Jay Cal. I talk about pro wrestling on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I talk specifically about the NWA right here on this YouTube channel or on the TikTok channel. And we talk about NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. But the hour before that, I talk about everything. Anything wrestling. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Samoan Pride. The question that people ask me a lot is, who is my favorite wrestler? What promotions do I watch? The promotion that I am most connected to is the National Wrestling Alliance. You can watch them on Roku Sports. They also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/the NWA. My favorite wrestler is your AEW World Champion, Samoa Joe. And he recently won the title after he came onto my podcast and had a little 10-minute interview with your boy Jay. And now he's AEW World Champion. I'm not saying that they go hand in hand. I'm just saying it doesn't surprise me that we have a new AEW World Champion. But yeah, just kind of chilling out, really. Hey, Robert, what's going on? Is it Robert or Roberta? Sorry if I got your name wrong. You're on a tiny screen for me, so it's hard to read the fonts. Roberta, ¿qué pasa? Are Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch a real couple or hype? Well, they have a kid, so I hope they're a real couple. Could you imagine having a kid just for part of the show? That'd be amazing. The commitment to the act is incredible. Savage Extreme Wrestling, what's up? Brandon Davey, that name looks familiar. I think I've seen you in the chat before. Man, you look like Kevin Owens. I get that a lot, Savage. Brandon Davey. You already know Brandon. You're already on the list. I think you're on the list a couple times. But I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is Jay Cal from the Alliance blog, and I talk pro wrestling. Well, I can't say that name. I can't say some of these names. I used to love wrestling. I used to love watching wrestling, but just lost interest after Logan Paul started showing up. Well, the good thing is Samoan Pride. There's a lot of wrestling promotions where Logan Paul has nothing to do with it. I am a big proponent of the National Wrestling Alliance, but there's also promotions like, well, AEW doesn't have Logan Paul, and they're probably the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world. If you like Lucha Libre, Logan Paul doesn't really show up in any Lucha promotions. If you live in California, there's the United Wrestling Network. Lindsay Hinman, you're a wrestler? What's your wrestling name? I might know you. Savage Extreme, hello.
I kept I didn't going to get me.
Hey, thanks for following me. I think that's Too Famous Ant. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. We're trying to get 5,000 followers here on TikTok, but we're at more than 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. I appreciate people following on both accounts because we have different content from time to time. Stone Cold, Nakobe Bryan. I'm not Stone Cold. Thanks for the follow, PD. Appreciate you. Am I Kevin Owens? I am not Kevin Owens. And I'll show you on TikTok. They can see it. On YouTube, you really won't see it. But see, this is what Kevin Owens looks like. Now, I admit, our beards are similar, but my nose is much smaller. I'm wearing a red hat. He's wearing a black hat. He's younger than me. He's taller than me. He's bigger than me. And our tattoos are different. I don't have a dinosaur tattoo. As you can see, there's nothing on this arm yet. I'm going to be getting a new tattoo soon. Tattoo soon. Tattooing? Something like that.
I kept I didn't going to get me.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Amir Fav. Appreciate that. Well, thank you, Kobe Bryant. I appreciate you not calling me Kevin Owens. AEW isn't really wrestling. WWE is just entrances. That's an interesting take, DKM. DKM, what do you consider to be pro wrestling? You have an opinion that I do respect, DK. You know this. So what do you call pro wrestling? If AEW isn't really wrestling and WWE is just entrances, then what do you consider pro wrestling? That's a phenomenal question. I'm good at that. I'm good at asking the deep questions. I didn't advertise myself being on TikTok today, so that's why I think my viewers are down. But if you guys like this kind of content and you want to help my channel grow, make sure you share the live or hit the like button. Hearts are free. It doesn't cost you anything to give a heart. DKM says Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators. Okay, that is certainly a wrestling promotion. I would not argue with you about that. I know I just missed the old WWE when Eddie Guerrero was alive, Chris Benoit was still alive, Goldberg, even DX. And that's fair. Samoan Pride, I think that's a fair, astute observation of the time you thought pro wrestling was at its finest. For me, my favorite era of pro wrestling was WCW in the late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, thanks for the gift, Simone. I appreciate that. That's really awesome of you. I loved Lucha Libre. I still love Lucha Libre. And the WCW Cruiserweight division in the late 90s that had the influx of talent from AAA. We're talking about Rey Mysterio, Psicosis, Super Calo, La Parca, Halloween, Damien Seis, Eddie Guerrero. That was, to me, that was prime pro wrestling. But I'm biased. I do like the Lucha Libre. That's my favorite. Eddie Guerrero was goated. He absolutely was. Eddie Guerrero was one of the greatest of all times. Chiefs Kingdom, thanks for the heart me. I appreciate that. I think we're supposed to do that when you do the heart. Chiefs Kingdom, no Soto today. You're free to walk around and get comfortable. Let's see. I definitely agree. Cool. Thanks, Samoan. One time I almost fell down the stairs and my legs slipped and fell, but good thing I landed on my dog's bed. Thanks for sharing, Jess. Appreciate that. Triple H, yeah. Only John. Oh, Chiefs, thanks, man. Oh, hey, Peter, thanks for the fest pop. I appreciate that. Yeah, Thanksgiving, if you live in the United States, Thanksgiving is this Thursday. And don't tell anyone, but Friday's my birthday. And for my birthday / Thanksgiving, I'm going to be on a ship. I'm going on a cruise. We're going to be cruising in Sonata. That's what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. But Peter, thanks for the Fest Pop. Chiefs, thanks for the Heart Me. Samoan Pride, thanks for the 100. I appreciate that. It's so cool for you guys to be so generous. Man, you got to watch UFC. You know, I watched UFC religiously when UFC first came out. I was a huge fan of Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock. And, oh, hey, thanks for the Heart Me, Russell Rant. Appreciate that. I used to love the early UFC. It's changed. The sport has changed. And I'm not saying it's bad or worse or anything. I just fell out of favor with it. I really did like the old style of the UFC. All right. Peter says, Peter won ill WWE. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Peter, but thanks for hanging out in the chat. Mitchell X says, you are Sami Zayn. Usually I get Kevin Owens, Mitchell, but okay, that's fair. And then Emmanuel Romero says, where's KO? Where is KO at? I don't know, guys. I don't. People think I look like Kevin Owens. I don't think I look like Kevin Owens, but people think I look like Kevin Owens. I don't look like Kevin Owens, but people think I look like Kevin Owens. I don't think I look like Kevin Owens, but people think I look like Kevin Owens. You see the conundrum here? I don't think I look like Kevin Owens, but you people think I look like Kevin Owens. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? I keep saying I'm not Kevin Owens. They tell me I'm a liar. I show them I don't have dinosaur tattoos. They tell me I'm a liar. What am I supposed to do with that? It's enough to make you just want to package pile drive everybody, you know? Just hit a stunner all across the board. And throw your friend into like the ring apron. Power bomb them through the ropes. I don't know. By the way, I'm a bloody Brit. Love you Americans, actually. Well, I appreciate that. Michael said Kevin Owens? It's a Cruz says Kevin Owens? Why did I say it like Jar Jar Binks? It's a cruise. I'm going on a cruise. Michael Frez, you just made the list.
I didn't know you were going to give me anything.
You just made the list. So hey, you're not alone though, because Isaac Cruz just made the list. And I do appreciate the follow though, Isaac Cruz, but you still made the list. 007. Got him. Boom. Got him. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Curb Stomp. I'm not Super Dragon. The Swerve Strickland. There we go. Swerve. Thrillbilly versus Dan Severn. NWA title defense. Wow. I don't know about that, Dodie. As much as I love Dan Severn, we all have to respect that the guy's in his, 70s now? Late 60s? As much as I like Dan Severn, I don't know how much longer he could actually be good in the ring. Mattoon, Mitt, you can't say I'm Paul White's son. We're practically the same age. Dave Mastiff, come on, I'm not that big. Come on, Mitchell. I mean, Mitt. That was Mitt that said that. I'm Dave Mastiff. I don't look like Dan Mastiff. That guy's huge. Let's see. Hello, mate. Greetings from Newcastle. Hey, Newcastle. I didn't get to Newcastle when I was in the UK earlier this year. I did get to Manchester. I was in London, then in Edinburgh in Scotland. I was in Inverness in Scotland. In fact, my boys, the Cayley Thistle, playing right now in the Scottish Cup, rooting for the Cayleys. I even got a scarf and everything. You guys think I'm joking, right? No, I'm not. Let's go, Cayley Thistle. Let's go, Cayleys. Hello from New Jersey. What's up, New Jersey, Mr. Rev Cosplay? D3, this is not KO. And I appreciate you at least asking before assuming I was Kevin Owens. My name is JCal from the Alliance blog. I am not Kevin Owens. I talk pro wrestling. I'm not a pro wrestler. I talk about pro wrestling. I'm not a pro wrestler. Pro wrestling is important to me, but I'm not a pro wrestler. Does that make sense? Have I cleared it up for you guys? I'm not Kevin Owens. And the people who call me Kevin Owens get put on a list.
A new list.
Not a new list. It's the same list that I put everybody's name on who calls me Kevin Owens.
How come my name's on this?
Thanks for the gift, Samoan Pride. Appreciate you. I got to get some more of you guys' comments. Titans of the Tide is available on Xbox. Okay, thanks for that. Tim the Tat Man, but with a
better beard, just my opinion. Thank you. Who's Tim the Tap Man? I'm going to have to look that up. Is suffocate a human way to put down my... No, Jesus Christ. I've fucked up every relationship I've ever had. I'm so sorry, Donna. I don't know if I can help you out much with that. I'm not a great advice giver. Actually, I am, but I don't know you, so I don't think I could
answer anything for you. All right, let's talk a serious Gunther Chad Gable feud. I need to speak it into existence. I'm with you I'm on board. Gunther is probably the best talent in the WWE, bar none. Top to bottom, up and down, left and right. I feel like he might be the best. Chad Gable had a very interesting run right before he got injured. I would love to see Chad Gable come back healthy, but we don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, Gunther is probably one of the most credible athletes on the WWE roster at the moment. Thanks again for the gift, Simone Pride. I do genuinely appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you said Tim the Tap Man. I'm going to have to look that up. Tim the Tap Man. I hope it's not bad. Are you Michael Leshdog? You know I'm not Kevin Owens. You know I'm not Kevin Owens. You know I'm J. Cal Michael Leshdog. Come on, we call you the Leshdog for a reason, brother. Spill the beans. No, I don't think you're going to see Kevin Owens at the Rumble. I think the earliest I would be willing to bet that you would see Kevin Owens is at Survivor Series. I mean, Survivor Series, jeez. At the Rumble. I meant the Rumble. Oh, that's what you said. I don't know why I was thinking Survivor Series. I think as soon as you see Kevin Owens return, and this is a huge, I'm not going to put any money on it because I don't think we're actually going to see it happen. But I think you would see Kevin Owens perhaps at the Royal Rumble. But probably more likely SummerSlam, if he's even ready to go. Aurora Fireheart. First of all, that's an interesting name, and I like it. I'm writing your name down, Aurora. And I'm writing your name down because you called me Kevin Owens. And clearly, I am not Kevin Owens, all right? Clearly, my name is J. Cal, and I'm from the Alliance blog. I am not Kevin Owens. And when you call me Kevin Owens, your name goes on a list.
How come my name's on this?
Because you called me Kevin Owens. You just made the list. That's right.
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. People like Gunther and Gable is the type I would love to see the NWA reach them, and someday they get released from WWE. Yeah, Dodie, I agree with you. Gable would be a perfect fit for the for the NWA. I think Gunther would be fun in the NWA. But I also feel like until Billy Corgan becomes a billionaire, those guys will never be in the NWA. He keeps speaking in third person. Leshdog. Your commitment to the bit is terrific, but let's be honest. I'm J. Cal. Look, I'm a Lamb Sum guy. Do you think Kevin Owens will wear a shirt that says he's a Lamb Sum guy? Kevin Owens doesn't even know who Lamb Sum is. I do. Gunther better win the last time is now. I think if anyone's gonna win, it's gonna be Gunther. I think he's the last guy I think that comes in to put the end to John Cena. I think it makes a lot of sense. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Simone Pride, that's an easy answer. And if you ever go, after this live is over, if you check out my channel, I recently did an interview with my favorite wrestler of all time, and that's Samoa Joe, which is interestingly enough, you are Samoan Pride. So we both have that in common. We're rooting for Samoans because Samoa Joe is my favorite wrestler of all time. Recently got to interview him thanks to my wife and her coordinating. She got me an opportunity to sit down with Samoa Joe. I didn't have him sign this. I didn't even bring it, and I wish I would have. But, I do have an autographed poster. I need to get that framed. Yeah, Jake, seeing Samoa Joe win the world title at Full Gear felt very, very cool. Thanks again for the gift, Simone Pride. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, the bottom line is Samoa Joe, I feel like he is the kind of talent that could exist in any point in the wrestling universe and have succeeded. I think you could have put him in the ring with Lou Thez. I think you could have put him in the ring with Brock Lesnar. I think you could put him in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think you could put him in the ring with Goldberg. I think you could have put him in the ring with Well, they did. He had a great feud with Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles, and I feel like he's one of those guys that would work anywhere. I'd be scared to see Gunther in AEW doing blood and guts. Gunther would be very intimidating, and that's another match I think would have been great. Would have been Gunther and Samoa Joe. Prime Joe, Prime Gunther would have been amazing. Too bad Samoa Joe never wins the World's Heavyweight title. Dodie, it crushes me that. Look, there was a point in time, and one of my favorite memories of TNA wrestling when they still had the 10 pounds of gold was Jeff Jarrett had just cut this scathing promo talking about, and this was back when they first debuted on Fox Sports, and he was talking about how he was the king of the mountain and all this other bullshit. And then Samoa Joe comes out with the TNA X Division title. And he just walks down the ring, and you could see the fear in Jeff Jarrett's eyes. And this was at a point in time where like Joe was undefeated and was dominating the X Division. And at that moment I was like, put the NWA World Heavyweight title on Samoa Joe. Do it now. Do it now. They missed their chance. And Joe would end up winning the TNA Heavyweight Championship, but was never the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, which would have been awesome. I like Samoa Joe, even Jacob Fatu. They would be really good in the WWE together. I say I'd rather see Joe and Fatu fight each other. I don't want Joe a part of the Samoan dynasty that is in the WWE. I love the fact that he is not an Ananoai or a Fatu. The fact that he is Joe Siona, and I feel like he's his own man, his own destiny. I think Samoa Joe would be amazing. All right, let's see. I missed some of the comments over here. Kevin Owens helped me get to WWE. Jackson, I can't help you because I'm not Kevin Owens. I mean, I can't even help you get into the NWA, bro. We know it's you, Kevin. It's not. Kevin, help me get to the NWA. Tell Billy I'm a fan of his music. Put him in the ring with J Cal. I would, Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe would be a lot of fun too. I think that would be a ton of fun. Hey, Samoan Pride, thanks again for the gifts. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Gunther would obliterate tiny AEW dudes. But you got to remember, Aurora, you are correct. Gunther is bigger than 90% of the roster in AEW, but who is in AEW that is bigger than Gunther? All right, like I know Wardlow. We used to talk about Wardlow very fondly, but he seems to have disappeared. But you still got what's his name, Bobby Lashley. You still got Samoa Joe. You got Hobbs. I mean, there's some big boys in the AEW. Give Billy a letter recommendation. Jackson, I can only tell you this. Your association with me is not going to help get you into the NWA. If anything, it's going to send you the opposite direction. What's up, noob? Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Only Jericho would add us to the list for calling him KO. Look, the list is inspired by Chris Jericho. If you guys couldn't tell, I used to be a huge Chris Jericho fan. I'm not so much anymore, and it makes me sad. Look, I hate the fact that some of our favorites get old and it gets harder for them to continue to go. But Jericho used to be awesome. And if you guys remember late 90s Jericho in WCW, where he was the conspiracy theorist or the man of 1,004 holds, Monday Night Jericho, like he was awesome. And even the Y2J gimmick when he came to the WWE was pretty good too. Just joking around. I want to go to Exodus first. Jackson, you practically are in Exodus. I thought you already were working with Exodus. Exodus Pro is probably one of the top territories for the NWA. They're consistently putting on good shows. It's pretty regular format. They don't have TV, but I don't think you really even need TV. TV is overrated. TV is overrated unless you're a national promotion. Well, Jackson, give it time, brother. How long have you been training? Because that's always a part of it too. Like a lot of times they keep you. I know wrestling promotions tend to delay allowing people into the ring until they feel comfortable with them in the ring and all that. Samoan Pride, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Strawberry Monster for the win. Do not tell my wife I drank her Strawberry Monster. She'll be pissed. Oh, I think she just found out. 8 months. Yeah, I mean, and look, everybody's different. Every promotion's different.
8 months and still doing ring crew stuff, I think is fair. I still think that's acceptable, because once you are fully trained, you'll still be doing ring crew stuff, but you'll also have the skills and the knowledge and the wisdom to make sure to be that correct third man in the match. Because how many times have you seen a referee just suck? Because I've seen it a lot. A good referee is almost invisible. A bad referee sticks out like a sore thumb. What is up, Uncle Matt? What are we listening to today, Uncle Matt? Daniel Tacker. Welcome, Daniel Tacker. You just made my list.
How come my name's on this?
Daniel, your name is on this list because you called me Kevin Owens. And obviously, I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is J. Cal from the Alliance blog. So, Daniel Tacker, you are on my list. Huey Lewis in the news? Gonna go back in time. There it is. Daniel, it's fine. It's a gimmick, bro. It's fun. Early 2000s, the Hardy Boys was something special, especially Jeff Hardy. Guy was high-flying, mad, me-loving wrestling. Missed those days. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, I think were one of the most over tag teams in the WWE history. I still think they're one of the most over tag teams in the history of pro wrestling. Maybe the best tag team in the history of pro wrestling. And that's taking into consideration that the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, probably the greatest tag team of all time. The Dudley Boys are up there. The Hardy Boys are up there. The Steiner Brothers are up there. The Hart Foundation's up there. But I think in terms of longevity, what the Hardy Boys have done in such a short amount of time, you look great.
For the white party?
Yeah.
Let me feel it.
Feels nice.
Okay.
So the great question, what am I going to be eating for Thanksgiving? Well, the fact of the matter is I'm going to be at sea. I'm going to be on a cruise. We're going to be out in the Pacific Ocean. And so I think there is a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
But I'll probably be eating some turkey and some mashed potatoes. But I'm also like on a very strict diet right now. I'm trying to keep the calories down, the carbs low, and the protein high. So probably just double up on that turkey. Maybe some mashed taters. Maybe some good veggies, if they're good veggies. Probably no rolls, which sucks because I love rolls. I love like those brown and served rolls. Turkey, wait, sliders? Uncle Matt, what are we talking, sliders? We talking sliders? Like little mini cheeseburgers? Say less. I'll be there. What time? Mac and cheese, taters. Yeah, that sounds good. My wife, when she makes Thanksgiving dinner, she does a lot of she does the stuffing, the dressing. I don't know what part of the country you live in, what you call it, but in our neck of the woods, we call it stuffing. Whew, the stuffing with the turkey and the gravy. Forget about it. No, as long as you're over here, no one sees you. My wife is literally
Don't say anything.
no, you're just getting clothes for your trip, for the trip. She's just packing for the trip. That's all. Okay, Joey, oh, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Joey Stuller? I hope I said that right. Joey Stuller! You just made the list, Joey Stuller.
What do you think?
I like it.
No? Yes? Is
Yes.
it too much?
No. It's perfect.
And then
I
we would.
kept I didn't going to give me anything.
Any suggestions for someone going through the process? Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your, focus on the goal. Tomei, enjoy your transition, I guess. Simone Pride, thanks again for the gift, man. I really appreciate that. You're killing it for me today. Thank you so much. You said it wrong, but that's okay, Kevin. All right, help me out, Joey. Phonetically spell it so I can say it correctly, because I like to pride myself on pronouncing people's name. Tomei, that doesn't. I think maybe you're trying to get me like upset or something, but I have no problem with people who are trans. Like, to me, that's cool, man. I want people to be happy. I want people to be in love with their life, and you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna upset me. It doesn't bother me. So, you said it wrong, but that's okay, Kevin. What's up, Joe? Joe stepped in. Just regular Joe. Stu. Oh, Stuler. Stewer. Yeah, easy for me to say. Stewer. Yeah, look, no one's gonna goad me into getting angry or upset. The only thing that makes me mad is when people try to call me Kevin Owens. That really pisses me off. No, it doesn't. It's a gimmick, guys. It's a gimmick. Hey, thanks for sharing the live, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Thoughts on Penta's injury on Raw? I hope it's a work. I know it might not be a work. It might be genuine. I hope it's a work. The fact of the matter is Penta, and I know a lot of what they're doing with a AAA, a lot of it's going to be on the back of the Lucha Bros. I really feel like that's going to be a big part of this. And if he's hurt, man, that's going to be a big loss for them. Samoa Pride, thanks for the gift. I appreciate you. What would be the angle of it was, well, I mean, it's a way to advance Gunther without giving. Well, so he was in the ring with Solo Sikoa. It's a good way to give Solo the win without making Penta take the loss. I think they got worked into a shoot, brother. They might have. It's a possibility, Joe. Because again, like if Penta gets injured in that match, that really screws up what's happening in Guadalajara with AAA, and they're putting a lot of marbles into that basket. Also, a loss for Penta at this point kind of makes him look like he's floundering. And then if he beats Solo Sikoa, then what? Then he's eventually going to have to face Gunther in a match that eventually someone's going to be the last match for John Cena. But if it's anybody in Gunther's going to take the win. Yeah, and if he loses, he's going to look a little weaker too. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. I think we're on the same page on that one. FaZe, Rug, and Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena and Rey Mysterio. Joey, who's FaZe Rug? FaZe Rug? Thoughts on Brock Lesnar falling and trying to play it off? Look, it sucks. Things happen on TV. It's real life, right? It's real life. So Brock Lesnar slips and falls. It just happens, man. You know, it happens. I don't think anything less of Brock Lesnar because he fell. That fell did nothing to hurt him, but it sucks. Thoughts on Roman potentially going after the World Heavyweight Championship? I think he should. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with FaZe Rug, and I get it. I'm old. I'm gonna be 47 in like 2 more days or 3 more days, so I get it. Gunther's had 2 match of the year contenders in the past 2 weeks. Look, I think Gunther is going to be the guy to retire Cena. He's going to get the last match, and then he's going to say, I'm the guy that beat Goldberg into retirement. I'm the guy that put Cena in retirement. And when AJ comes up, he probably put AJ into retirement. Simone Pride, thanks again, man. I do appreciate that. And Tom, I'm not mad at you, man. I'm enjoy life, brother. Have fun. There's no one mad at you. Until I think it's going to be Maven. So a more boring version of the Legend Killer. That's kind of a way to put it, Joe, but also at the same time, it's a way to give him accolades and build up his aura, if I'm using that right, kids. Building up Gunther's aura without actually putting him in the title hunt, right? Because if Gunther is wrestling, to put John Cena, to be the retirement match for John Cena, then that means he's not wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not challenging for the Intercontinental title. He's not challenging for the U.S. title. He's not challenging Cody and the Undisputed Championship. I do agree he's already made, but you're still building up his aura. He still needs to have some big victories. Let's see. Let's do this, and let's just remove and do this and put in timeout. All right. Miz deserves it over more than Gunther. Okay, so yeah. Sane King says, what if Ryback comes back for the tournament? I would not. Look, they say anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't think you're going to see Ryback in the WWE ever again. The Undertaker was, in my opinion, the most boring wrestler when it came to in-ring performances. I was never a big fan of The Undertaker. Joe, yeah, his time as world champion was his time as champion. You're right, 84% of his time in the WWE. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but yeah, you still need to build the aura. Whoever said that was Ryback on his burner account. They're just wanting me to battle Ryback dressed as Kevin Owens. I get it. Thoughts on LA Knight's mystery opponent? I'm hoping it's Joe Hendry. I think Joe Henry was the guy that all along should have been Joe Henry. And I'll say it this way too, if Joe Henry is the guy that beats, if Joe Henry is the guy that puts John Cena down for the count, then that's exactly what should have happened all along. And I can't believe they didn't book this with that in mind. Mike just made the list. Mike, I think you know why you made the list, but if not, I'll tell you. Because you called me Kevin Owens. And I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is Jay Cal. And I'm from the Alliance blog. I talk pro wrestling, but I'm not a pro wrestler. I've been in the ring 3 times, and I only took 1 bump. Just 1. I feel Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho might have come back from the tournament. I don't even think Jericho's out of contract yet, right? I don't think Jericho is cleared to come to the WWE. Even if his contract was up with AEW, I still think the better time to use Jericho is going to be at the Rumble. Rumble's a time where you want to see these guys come back. Jeff absolutely is more realistic. Cinnamon toast is yummy. I mean, I agree, but still, you're on the list. This is yummy. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Yeah, Joe, I kind of feel like that too. I feel like he might be in the Rumble. I feel like that is the best place for Jericho to come back. But in terms of as the tournament stands right now, I feel like Gunther's the guy to beat Cena. It makes sense to me. But the person I think needed it, that could have benefited the most from it, would be Joe Hendry. If Joe Hendry was the guy that had the final match with Cena and pinned him right after he did the job for Randy Orton, after he did the job at the Rumble, I feel like if he beat John Cena, you put him off the right start, and he would benefit way more than Gunther. And maybe you're right, Joe. Maybe Joe Hendry is a one-trick pony, but I also feel like there's something there that, there's a reason why he was captivated the audience for nearly a year in TNA wrestling. I mean, he was a TNA wrestler, but they were talking about him in the bigger wrestling circle. Like the fact that we know Joe Hendry when he was in TNA speaks volumes about who Joe Hendry was, and what he could be. I heard Roman's contract expires after Mania next year, and he's considering not resigning. Well, if he doesn't re-sign, I think it's because he might be going on to like Hollywood and go and work in the movies and stuff. I don't foresee any reason. Sorry, I'm getting all over the place. Let me get back to what I was saying. If Roman Reigns leaves wrestling, it's not going to be to go somewhere else. It's going to be because he's going to get paid to be in Hollywood. Soto, what's up, Soto? Cinnamon toast is yummy. Yeah, I did see that photo that Batman did, and it's great. I think it's one of the best I've ever seen. And I can't believe he drew that. He's an incredibly talented individual. Who laughed at Brock Lesnar's botch? I mean, I laughed when I saw him fall. But yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, what the Hollywood came for The Rock. Hollywood wanted The Rock,
And so when The Rock transitioned from pro wrestling to Hollywood, it was easy because they were already wanting him. Roman Reigns doesn't have the same demand that The Rock had. He's not the same persona. He doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi. He doesn't have the aura, right? That's what the kids say, aura. I feel like I feel like Roman Reigns could be a Hollywood celebrity. He could take these acting roles, like Cody's taking these acting roles, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be the next Rock in Hollywood, you know? Batista might be the best wrestler in Hollywood history. Yeah, and Batista too. Hey, Peter, thanks for the go send me, or the go popular. Sorry. Thanks for the popular. Appreciate that. Yeah, Batista, there's a lot of fact to that, and it's weird because Batista seemed very one-dimensional when he was a pro wrestler, but he's very successful as an actor. I don't even know what to say. Bro is signed with Marvel. Joe, you mean Batista? Because I don't think he's gonna be working anymore Marvel. He actually kind of came out and said he was done working with Marvel because of James Gunn. I think he would go work in DC with James Gunn, but I think he's done in Marvel. Cena, Joe says Batista's the most successful. Cena's the best actor. I know that Nikki Stanicki on Amazon Prime is hilarious, and if you haven't watched it and you're an adult, you should. Gunther versus Solo is about to hit hard ASF. Maybe. Yeah, Joe, no, I get that. He did make a ton of money with Marvel, and that probably set him up. But I don't know. Thoughts on the Vision adding Logan Paul? I think Logan Paul's the perfect addition to Vision. You know, I think if Logan Paul was a Paul Heyman guy, Logan Paul Heyman, I feel like that would be a great career move for him. And it kind of will set him up to get that world title sooner than later. You know, it also allows you to kind of delay Braun Breaker's run with the title if you're putting it on Logan Paul. You mean Hogan movie career is as great to The Rock? Cena had Batista. Who are you to doubt Thunder in Paradise? Good ones. Good one. Doty, good one. Are you Kevin Owens? I am not Kevin Owens. The Stopper, I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is Jake Al. Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. I mean, look, the thing about Logan Paul, you don't have to like him, right? Nobody has to like Logan Paul. Nobody has to like Logan Paul. And he's still going to get over as a heel. He is a great heel. And the thing about I found a KO shirt at Marshall's for $7.99, picked it up. Good for you, Matt. I wish I could find him that cheap. Cena is not losing the title to Dom, and he's losing to whoever wins the tournament at main event. No, I disagree, Cyan. I think that Dominic will get that win back. A lot of people were already saying things like it was a bad idea to put that Intercontinental title on John Cena, and I don't think it really hurt anybody, right? I don't think John Cena got hurt, or excuse me, I don't think the legacy of Dominic Mysterio was hurt because he lost to John Cena in an Intercontinental title match, but it will benefit him from beating Dominic Mysterio, beating John Cena to regain the IC title. That will help elevate him. And I think John Cena is traditionalist and old school enough to say, no, he's going to go out on his back. He's not going to beat Gunther. The legends go out on their back. And if John Cena is really calling it a career, he's going to go out on his back. Samoan Pride, thank you so much for the gifts, man. I really do appreciate that. 2100s. I'm not even sure what 100 means, but you've sent 21 of them, and I appreciate you, Samoan Pride. That's awesome. Going out on tour back is a territory thing. Yeah, well, no, it's still a thing, man. It's still a thing. The legends always go out on their back. Ric Flair went out on his back. Undertaker lost his, well, I guess maybe Undertaker didn't. Maybe he might be the exception. I disagree. I think he's going to go out on his back. And I'll bet you $1, Joe. I'll bet you $1 he goes out on his back. Hey, Brian, thanks for that's nice of you, man. Appreciate that. Look, the legends go out with their shoulders pinned. Because what's the point of going over? What's the point for John Cena to beat Gunther? How does that make Gunther a better wrestler? What does that make for John Cena's career? It does nothing.
The prototype Lesh Dog took it back to the UPW. Holy shit, the Galaxy Theater's calling my name. You got to pay for the seat. You get the table, but you got to buy 2-drink minimum. Sending fans home happy. He can send fans home happy by getting up after he loses and saying, thank you to the WWE Universe for everything that you did for me. Thank you for the WWE Universe for giving me these opportunities to provide you with years of entertainment. It has been my blessing. It has been my honor. It has been my pleasure to entertain you, the fans, and everyone's going to be happy. I disagree, Joe. I would bet you $1 American that he's going to go out on his back. Going out on top, what does that do? Joe, that's backward logic for the business. Who benefits from that? Putting Cena out on top, what does that do? Unless the storyline is he's going to take the World Heavyweight title and make it disappear, that's it. What is it? You didn't explain anything. You said there's a push for him to go out on top. You said he's going to go out on top. Why? What's the benefit of the business? Sending the fans home happy? The fans are going to be happy because they got to see John Cena's last match. He's going to get up. He's going to take off his shoes. He's going to leave him in the ring. He's going to walk out. He's going to get on the mic and say something, and then that's it. And the fans are going to love it. And they're going to eat that shit up. 101 PLE wins. I don't get it. Just don't cut him off like they did Bill Goldberg. It could happen too. Joe, I disagree. I think the management and the WWE are wise enough to understand that's just not gonna, doesn't fly. It's only on Peacock. You won't get up. Well, okay, Joe. That's good. That's the best news I've heard. Because if it's not on TV, I guess it won't really happen. Will you watch Kerry Morton and Juggalos, book by Russo? Sean, I don't watch Juggalos now. I can't get into that stuff, man. I'm too old for that shit. It's too, I don't know. Is it edgy, the word? I don't know. Brock Lesnar is good as a leader for the Vision. No, Brock Lesnar needs to be the muscles for the Vision. Me, I'm not stressed. Just Joe's giving it to me, man. Joe's telling me that Cena needs to lose, or Cena needs to win and send the fans home happy, and I'm just saying that's not what I would do. It's not what I would do. Yeah, and Joe, I get it. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. There's a push for it. But John Cena, his entire career has been what's best for business. How is that best for business? It doesn't make sense to me. Mia said, you look stressed. I'm great, Mia. Joe. Okay, Joe. Let's see. What's the last match? December what? 13th? Direct message me on the 13th and tell me you were right. Tell me you were right when he wins. And I will say Joe was correct. Joe was the man. My vacation's going to be dope. We're packing up already. Got some suitcases ready to go. I'm going to be drinking nonstop. I'm not going to be able to go on TikTok. I won't be able to. You guys won't see me for a few days. The King Zoni, I appreciate that. Thank you. I try. And, look, and for everything Joe's saying, like, this is the most interaction I've ever had with Joe during a live. And he says a lot of things right. I agree with a lot of things that Joe says, just not this one. Oh, shit, Sean. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, and that's the thing. Oh, God, I wish everyone in here, in this chat did watch the NWA, because Thrillbilly Silas Mason, your NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Woo, daddy. Well, Joe, tell me what you think about our guy. Tell me what you think about the Thrillbilly Silas Mason and Samoan Pride. Thanks again for 26 100s. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. I think it means you like me. You really like me. Yeah. Oh, Joe, I understand, man. I get it. I try to keep up with a little bit of everything. I'm very much following what WWE is doing. I'm pretty much following AEW. My promotion that I actually follow the closest, that's my home promotion, because they literally run an hour away from me. I'm invested in that company, is the United Wrestling Network and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
And that's my promotion that I probably favor the most. The NWA is very high up there for me too. You can see the gold. I've got oh, you can't see that one. NWA. There's another one over here. The NWA TV title. Russell Rant with the cake slices. Who told you it was my birthday? You follow reality wrestling at all? Very so okay. Reality wrestling. I wish I could keep up with it more. Because not only is Booker T doing some pretty interesting things in Houston, but he uses some really good talent like Tiffany Nieves from the NWA, has worked a lot with reality wrestling. Hollywood Haley J showed up a lot. Oh, Darren, thanks for the heart me, dude. Appreciate that. And the Go Popular. Thank you so much. But then also Danny Limelight was the Texas champion. They used Zilla Fatu. There's a lot of cool things about reality wrestling. It's just, again, there's so much going on. It's really hard to keep up with everything. But that is reality of wrestling is a place I feel like, they really take advantage of being a WWE ID territory. And I wish that there was more. They brought in Natty Neihart too. They brought in some other WWE talents. But yeah, reality wrestling's pretty dope. My birthday isn't today, Lesh Dog. My birthday is on the 28th because I'm not Kevin Owens. I'm J Cal from the Alliance blog. Son of a gun. People say Edge won't come back for the tournament, but I want him to. Yeah, I mean, look, it would have been cool, but again, he's still under contract. We have to remember that Adam Copeland is under contract, and AEW and WWE are oil and water. They do not mix. They will not allow the other to use the other. It'll never happen. Never happen. But in 2 minutes, what's going to happen is I'm going to talk about the NWA. WrestleMania, if he did come back 100%, if Edge were to walk through the next WWE live event, if he was the mystery opponent to face LA Knight or whoever, like it would definitely blow up the wrestling industry. People would lose their mind. You might get an attaboy for Tony Khan for allowing it to happen, but it's not going to happen. There's just no way. WWE is not on that kind of relationship with AEW. It's just not going to happen. Samoa Pride, man, you're throwing out so many gifts, and I appreciate it. A boy can dream. Yeah. Well, WrestleMania, I don't hate it. Joe, who faces LA Knight? I guess I don't know this. It was taped? Okay, so who is it, Joe? I don't know. I didn't go looking for the spoilers. But it makes sense that it's taped because it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. I don't think a lot of people go to a live wrestling event. It's crazy because back in the day, Thanksgiving used to be like the holiday for wrestling. Starrcade back in the Carolinas was all about pro wrestling. Joe Henry would see in WrestleMania. That's who I thought it was going to be, was Joe Henry. I thought if you said his name, he would appear. JBL would be crazy too. I know he just got some stem cell transplants not too long ago. He was close. JBL was spending, was it the summer of 24? Or maybe the fall of 24? I don't know. Like last year, JBL was making all these appearances, basically just coming to places and clotheslining people to hell, like AAA, Game Changer Wrestling. I don't know if JBL's got anything left in the tank. I don't know if I would hate to see him have one more run, but I don't know. I don't know about JBL. Yeah, Joe, that was kind of cool, man. Like him showing up at Game Changer and clotheslining Joey Janela and shit. Like, yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Paul Heyman is one of the best managers in wrestling. I think Paul Heyman is the best manager in pro wrestling. And I think without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, Joe, were they planning JBL and Baron Corbin? Because that would have been fun. That would have been a fun one. Oh, shit. Look at the time, guys. Look at the time. All right. For those of you on YouTube, head over to my channel. We're going to be going live right now. So join me over there. And you guys